All right, so I'm going to show you how to send an email out of HubSpot using a template. Normally, if you're going to do this, it's because the template has been directly referenced in a procedure document, in which case there will normally be a link directly to the template page in HubSpot. However, if that's not the case, I'm just going to start a few steps back, just in case. So when you first log into HubSpot, you will land on any particular page. It doesn't matter which one, because the menu across the top is where we'll go first. So we're going to click to marketing and then select email, and it will take you to the main email page in HubSpot. So from here, we are going to go across to create email, this orange button in the corner, click on that. We are going to select regular email type. And then this is the template page. So if you clicked a direct link from a procedure document, this is normally the page that it will take you to. If you are not using a template, if it is not an email you're creating for a specific procedure, you just need to create a regular email in HubSpot for whatever reason. The steps so far are the same. You will just come down to the basic template section and select simple. That is if you would like to write an email from scratch, so one that is not part of a procedure and not using a template. If you're using a specific template as per a procedure document, you need this saved template section. And as you can see, there are quite a few pages of templates here. If you know the exact name of it, which is normally referenced in the procedure document, you can search it there. This is what you will need. So for this example, we're just going to use a client happy birthday email template. So when you click on the desired template, it opens up a brand new email based on that template. So any edits you make to this new email will not change the original template. It also automatically saves this new email in that main email page that came up when we went to marketing and then emails in the menu drop down. So if for whatever reason you exit or you lose internet, you can always find this again on that emails page. And to help you find it more easily, I always recommend you change the name up here so that it is easier to find later. So test video template email. So this up here is not the subject line of the email, it is just what it is called internally. Most HubSpot emails will utilize these personalized fields, which link to the contact as they are saved in HubSpot and will pre-fill accordingly once you send it. It won't show you in the draft how that will be filled in. So from here, it's like any email template. You can add. Often in our email templates, there are sections that look a little bit like this. Just make sure you go through the whole email. Some of them are a lot longer than this one. Check that everything in the email is relevant to the person you're sending it to. Delete what isn't applicable, add things if they needed to be added. Once you're happy with how this email looks, then we can move across to the settings tab. So in here, we are going to select who the email is coming from. So it doesn't have to send from your personal email address. The benefit of sending out of HubSpot is you can send as anyone else from Aintree Group. So what I normally do is check at the bottom of the template who in Aintree Group it is being signed off from. Sometimes it will be Linda, sometimes it will be Shane, sometimes it will be Graham or Ashley. Just double check who that is and make sure that it matches here. If there is no one there, if there is no name here, you can send it from yourself or send it as best wishes Aintree Group, for instance. So in here, we're going to select the from name. So the template says it's from me. So I'm going to put in Chelsea. You'll notice there is the HubSpot username and then the custom name, which is where I've added the -Aintree Group just because it looks a little bit more professional when it's sent. So please select the one that has this additional -Aintree Group. If it is not coming up as an option, just select add from name and type it in, and you will notice that it's already exists, so it won't let me add it, but normally you will just click add from name. But we'll go back to here, that the email address you are sending it from also matches the Aintree Group name. So here we have a drop down of all of the Aintree Group team emails. If you cannot find the email you need in there, please contact someone from the marketing team. The next thing to add is the subject line. Unfortunately, in HubSpot, templates do not save a set subject line, so you will need to enter it. If there is a specific subject line that needs to be used, it will be specified in the procedure document. If it is not specified, then use something relevant, short and sweet, and pop that in there. So test email video. Preview text is what shows up underneath the subject line in a person's inbox. It is completely optional. If you leave it blank, it will just fill in with the first paragraph of the email as written in the edit section. So if you leave it blank, that is what will show up. If for whatever reason you don't want that to be previewed, you can add a little blurb in here. The subscription type is another required field in HubSpot. So all emails sent out of HubSpot need to have an allocated subscription type. So you will note that there are many different options already saved. Please do not add a subscription without talking to the marketing team first. You should be able to find a relevant subscription type in here. For instance, this is a birthday email, so we would select birthday email. There is also many different options. So business updates, we've got community events, internal emails is when we send to just the Aintree Group team. So you should be able to find what you need in here. And those are the key elements in the settings section. It's worth noting as you are changing things in both the edit and the settings section, you can click save up here, but HubSpot does save automatically as you go. If it feels better to hit save every now and again, go ahead. It will tell you when it was last automatically saved. But if you make a lot of different changes or you're not confident that your internet will stay connected, just hit that save button every now and again. Once you're happy with the settings in here, we go to send or schedule. So this is where we decide who it is sent to. So in this case, it's client birthday email. So I can select to send it to a client, in this case, Shane. The recipient of the email must be a contact in HubSpot. If they are not a contact in HubSpot, they will not show up and you won't be able to send it. If they are not a contact in HubSpot and you need to send them a HubSpot email, please contact the marketing team at Aintree Group so that they can be added. They should already be in there, especially if they are in XBM. But if they aren't for whatever reason, please just let us know and we can add them. You can also send to lists. So there is an Aintree Group team list, for instance. You'll notice that when I select this team, we're still only sending to 28 people. That is because Shane is included in the Aintree Group team list. So if you have the same email address in this send to field multiple times, it will still only send to that email address once. You can also elect to not send to people. So if you know someone's on holiday or has already received an email and you don't want to send it to them for whatever reason, you can elect to exclude them. So I could go in here and say that I don't want to send it to Chelsea, and that will be reflected over here in the estimated recipients section. Down here, we have this tick box, which I always untick. So an unengaged contact is someone who is subscribed to receive updates from Aintree Group, but they don't open them or they don't engage with them very often. However, I always untick it because, as you can see, there's 85 clients who are unengaged, which means that would be 85 people who aren't receiving information that they have subscribed to receive. These people are not unsubscribed. If someone is unsubscribed, they will not receive emails from that subscription type anymore. You can't send it to them. So these people are not unsubscribed. They are still wanting to receive emails from us. They're just not very good at engaging with them. And so HubSpot flags that they are unengaged. Once you're set on who you're sending it to, Something that is often good to do is to send a test email before you send it out to the client themselves. So you can do that in this section up here. Up here, we've got a send test email button. Give that a click. The recipient here is the recipient that you're sending the test to. So normally that will be yourself. You can select other people if you want to send it to multiple people if it needs to be approved for whatever reason before it goes out. The other important thing with a test email is to note that you want to receive it as a specific contact. So you want to see it how the person you are sending the real email to will see it. That's particularly important with that personalized field that we looked at before, the salutation. That salutation personalized field will not come through as it would for the client unless you specify that you want to see it as that client. So this is who you're sending the test email to, and this is who you're viewing it as. So once you're happy with that, you can just send test email, and it will let you know once that has successfully gone through. Once you've looked over the test email, you're happy with how everything's looking, and you're ready to move on to sending the email out to the actual client or clients. Now you can either choose to send the email straight away or schedule for later. So schedule for later is quite self-explanatory. You can select the date and the time from a drop-down. You can say to send based on the recipient's time zone if you would like. And then you would just click orange button, review and schedule up the top here. If you want to send now, which is what we want to do, it's to send immediately, we click the same orange button, review and send. So then this brings up a summary of the email for us to look over before it goes out. This warnings field up here is just letting you know a couple of things before the email is sent. If this button here is red, it means that it will not let you send the email until you make certain changes, and those changes will be detailed here with a link that you can follow to then make those changes. The most common one is that the text in the footer is too small or too hard to read, and you need to make it bigger before it will allow you to send. This orange button here means that it will still let you send the email. It just wants you to know something before you do. So in this case, this is a very common one, that the default value for the personalized field, so contact salutation, we have a global default field set up so that if there is no data in this contact salutation field, it will use the person's first name instead. So we don't actually need to action this. There is already global settings set up to cover that. We don't need to individually put a default value in each email that we send out. It also details the email type, who it is coming from, both in name and email address, the subject line, the preview text, if you have put in preview text. If there is a dash there, it just means that you have kept that field blank, who you are sending it to, who you are not sending it to, and it will confirm that you have disabled the not sending to unengaged contacts, and it will give you a total recipients. Once you're happy with all of this, you can either preview, which will open one final handy look at what it will look like. Once again, this salutation field will not be filled in unless you go up here and say preview as a specific contact. So if we click Shane, then it fills in his details. This is how it will look to the client. And we've got a mobile view over here as well, which is really handy. We go back, we're happy with the preview, you can send. When you click send, it will just say, are you ready to go? And then you just click the send email now button. Once you click that and send the email, the page will refresh and show a processing page for the email that was sent. It will then populate data on the opens and clicks and such for that email. You can always access that data anytime back on that main emails homepage that we saw earlier in the tutorial as well. So if you have any further questions or something I've missed in this video, please get in touch with the marketing team and we'll be able to help you out. Thank you.